Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Brand Summit 21. And today is the last section, and we're going to be having somebody, a friend of mine that I respect so much. She's a brand strategist and a growth coach, and she's going to be coming up in a few minutes to talk about building a resilient brand. All right, so I'm just going to introduce Emily in a few minutes. All right, but for your information, she's an HR generalist with 10 years of human resource practice within the several industries to include aviation, oil and gas, academia, and media. She's also a life and business coach. So in few minutes, she's going to be coming up to talk to us today on building a resilient brand. So just a few minutes, and she's going to be up. All right, everyone, welcome back to the Brand Summit 21 with Emmeline Datey. She's a Ghanaian and she's a growth coach. She's also a brand strategist. She's an HR, professional and life coach, and just a lot of things. She's just a powerful personality you want to listen today. All right, please let's make welcome Emmeline. How you doing? Hello,
Hi,
Emma.
CJ. I'm fine, and you? I'm
I'm
great. How
great.
are you?
Doing great right
Awesome.
here.
Thank you for having me on this summit. It's been awesome having this project with you. On the background, supporting and trying to see how we can best help Africans to be the best they can be. Your passion is very, very, what's it called? What's that word? Contagious. Yeah. So keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Africans need more people like you.
Thank you so much for all the encouragement and support
Welcome.
so far. You're amazing.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you so much.
All right. We're talking about building a resilient brand. I mean, why did you even choose that topic, to start with?
Yes, I like that question. Who don't know, even though I'm supposed to be a thought leader, I don't asking God what is needed, what his people need to hear. I may not be a pastor, but I still see myself as his oracle. So
Yeah.
I don't say or do anything without his leading, without his direction. Okay. Okay, God. So what's the topic? What am I gonna say among the others you've to minister to impact, for during the summit? And I thought about it. I kept waiting on him say resilience. Speaking about being a resilient brand. I mean, if you want to go global, I think that it's just about showcasing colors, clothes, a kind of a lifestyle. But then it is not about that. It's about trust. It's about integrity. It is about character, activity, and
Absolutely.
innovation. Now, if you look at the list, when you hear the word, what does resilience mean? Right? What does resilience mean? And I look at my life. Normally, when I speak about, I always look at my life. When you call me to be a speaker for a brand summit, that you're saying brands going global, am I going global? That's the first thing I ask me. I've been on global platforms. I've been on platforms that are not just in Ghana. I've been on platforms outside, Africa. Asking
Yeah.
myself, why do people regard me as somebody fit for that? And I have to look back at my life and say, this is the reason why, what I am. So I'm here to just share my story, basically. And my story is all about resilience.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can go on. Let's hear your story.
Okay.
I we admire your strengths most of the time, not sometimes. I mean, you face quite a lot of challenges, and just
Absolutely.
and just every other time Emmeline is up there doing what she's doing. I mean, you're never broken, you're never tired, and it's just so amazing. And I believe also that's one of the reasons for the topic, building a resilient brand, because resilience is not about when things are going rosy, when the market is beautiful, but it's about building the capacity to recover quickly, from
I like
difficulty,
that.
challenges, and all
I
of
like
that.
that. I like
So
that.
you've always have that thing of recovering quickly, from just every other thing that's been happening. I believe you have so much to share about that. So you can go and share your story. I mean, your story is an inspiration to the world, and I believe the world needs to hear you talk about it.
Absolutely, CJ. You just hit the nail on the head. And those who know me, I mean, you can testify that I'm not just come to say anything. I'm not just come to speak or say something. People say, easier said than done. 'Cause as a coach, what I do is I try to help people to live their best lives amongst their challenges, or amidst their challenges. I try to help them navigate their challenges, still achieve their goals. And so when I'm
Yeah,
speaking, I do not like to speak about theory mostly. Almost everything I say is practical. Either I have lived that life or I have met somebody who has lived their life and have learned from the person. All right. So now
yeah,
most people, almost everybody wants to be on an international platform. So it's not for granted you see people wanting to network or associate with people who have that international clout. It's not for anything that people want to buy branded clothes, things that have and all of that. It's not for that. Some of us want to speak like them. Okay,
yeah.
though we are Africans, but we want to speak like them. Why? CJ, ask yourself, why do we not want to maintain our heritage, but then we want to take on the other heritage that looks attractive? It's simple. They've done a good job. They have tested the waters. They are always relevant. No matter what happens, you cannot see them fall. They keep rising. When you listen to an American speaking, you wonder if these people ever have problems. But they do have a lot of problems. Even though we all want to travel to the US, want to be an American, I mean, for those that want to be, there's a reason why. They have walked the walk, they have gone through everything, and they have this resilience. Every time America goes to an epidemic or goes to a terrorist attack, what do you hear them say? "Oh, together we'll survive this, together we'll go through this." You will never see them losing. Even when they don't even know, the enemy they're fighting with. You will never hear
Yeah,
the president of the biggest or the most powerful country in the world, you know, speak in defeat. And how do you maintain that kind of attitude? Understand that a resilient brand is a brand that can withstand change. The change can be technological, the change can be cultural, the change can be political,
yeah.
it can be social, it can be anything. But the question is, would you stand the test of time when you go through all of this? Now, for people who have been called by purpose, all right, going global, first of all, is premised on purpose. If you don't know who you are, you cannot even know where to begin, because building a
Absolutely.
brand is not just about colors. So most people think that marketing is the same as developing brands. It's different. Showing yourself on social media and what have you, that's not branding. That's marketing. The branding is the work. It is the communication. When people see CJ, what does CJ stand for? When they hear your name, when people are making decisions at the board in the boardroom, and your name is mentioned, what comes to mind? What is the top of mind awareness that you have created in the minds of people that are decision makers? That is your brand. Wasn't Bless said it? Was it 2 days ago when you interviewed her? Said the brand is something you cannot touch. It's intangible.
Absolutely.
Image is what you see, and she's so right. The brand is like an iceberg. Okay, you only see the top, you don't see what is under. And what are the things under? Struggles, pain, disappointments, confusion, rejection, loss, failure, you know, things like
Yeah.
that. All those things and any other that I have not even mentioned come together to form a resilient brand. But the funny thing, CJ, we all run away from these things.
Absolutely.
Everybody wants to have a walk in the park. It is not possible for you to develop a resilient brand with a walking in the park. If you look at the top brands, the people who we admire, they all have stories to share. I mean, what you don't see them, talk about or promote are their issues, their problems. but they all
Yeah.
have problems. Oh my goodness. I mean, if anybody should hear CJ's story right now, I'm sure be like, oh my God. And he's doing what he's doing. If you listen to Faith, James, if you listen to all the other wonderful speakers on this platform and where they're coming from, you would understand that they have developed resilience by withstanding trouble, by saying, listen, this problem will not defeat me. So purpose is key because the battles will come to test you, and it is purpose that will keep you active. Purpose will keep you relevant. Purpose will keep you in check. Now, sometimes people don't understand that purpose and character go together. You cannot be a person of purpose and not have character.
Yeah.
Why do I say
Yeah.
this? Because talent can take you far, but character will keep you there.
Absolutely.
Have you had? Do we all remember what happened to Tiger Woods? And
Yeah.
does anybody remember what happened to Tiger Woods? I mean, this is the greatest player in the world, the greatest player in the world in golf. But it took one issue that a lot of us joke with, a lot of us play with. What is anybody's business with Tiger Woods' private life, CG? Is it not his private life? But guess what? The world judged this man. The world judged a man who hail him, hail him, hail him. The moment this man committed an error, hey, the same people who commit the same error, crucify, crucify. Nobody could care. Guess what happened to him? He lost all his endorsements. CJ, it's a big deal. It's
Of
a
course, it's a
big
big deal.
deal. Be going global requires you developing great character. What happened to Chris Brown when they had he beat up Rihanna? He lost a lot of money. Why do you think what's his name? Beyonce's husband. What's his name again?
Jay Z.
Jay-Z. When there was also that a scandal, he quickly,
Yeah.
you know, he quickly had to solve it, but he didn't want any problem with his issues because this man has built a brand that in his mind, brands built to last. A resilient brand is a brand that is built to last.
Built
And
to
JP,
last.
you and I know that this man has been in the game. CJ, you think he would want all his years of suffering to go? He had to quickly, whatever he did to make his wife take it easy, he had to do it. Because the moment Americans love Beyonce, if they notice that Beyonce is hurt, he's finished. Everything goes. And divorce and all that, his life is gone. I don't think the man wanted to go through all of that. So he chose wisely. So that I asked myself, why go through that stress? Why not just maintain peace? Then have a little pleasure and then have stress for it.
Yeah.
Well, human beings, I understand. Nobody, we're all the same. But I'm saying where you can control. Most of the time, I always have to put the price in mind before I make a decision, CJ. When I am tempted to do something that is wrong, I ask myself, what is the consequence? How will I suffer it? What damage control I have to do? What will I lose? I have to think before I make a decision. Do you understand me? So it's not like as if some of us
Absolutely.
are also different. No, 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 no. We all, you see, the difference between a successful man and a man that is struggling is discipline.
Absolutely.
That's the only difference. I feel like sleeping from now to 12 p.m. I feel like not doing anything. I just want to relax, have my Sprite on ice and my lemon, sit down in front of Netflix and watch all my series. These days I can't do it because from back to back, I have work, I have speaking engagements, I have a family I need to take care of. So and I have to sleep too because if I don't sleep, I won't be well. So I have to catch my night hour of sleep, wake up early in the morning, and the cycle goes on and on and on and on. Why do I have to go for this sacrifice? Because I am building something to last. I'm seeing something in the future. Today, I'm paying the price for the journey.
That's
Said,
awesome.
yeah, Paul said, for the Bible says, for the joy sets the joy ahead of
Said
Jesus, he had to take the
yeah,
cross.
endure the
Yes,
cross. Absolutely.
he had to endure the cross. What are you enduring? Are you running away from it? Now, some of us want easy way out to succeed, shortcuts. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for you. You need to go through the process. I always say that your journey is your power. Your pain is your ally. Your journey is your power. Okay? Do not run away
Mm.
from it. Your pain is your gain. Your story is what makes you who you are. That is what will make people identify and believe what you're saying. If you're not going to fight, do the fire. Don't tell me how to kill fire. Don't tell me that you're a firefighter. You've
That's
not been to
awesome.
fire. How can you tell you're a firefighter? It's not possible. You need to
Yeah,
experience it, CJ.
you know, you talked about process, and I believe there's a place of conviction and clarity as you begin to navigate towards the process of building a resilient brand. Because, of
Absolutely.
course, there are going to be challenges, right? There are going to be difficulties. There are going to be some waves on your way. But conviction and clarity is what's going to help you to soar and to rise and ride above all the issues that you're going to be having. So I want to believe there is a place of clarity. You need to be sure of what you're, getting into. You don't step into a business because somebody is stepping into it. You don't step into branding probably because CJ is always talking about branding. Um, Maybe it's a lucrative industry, to look into. No,
Yeah, so
there's a
you
place.
quick money.
Yeah, there's a place of clarity and there's a place of conviction. You need to be sure. You need to be sure about what you're getting into. Are you convinced about this industry? Is this what you're designed to do? Do you have enough passion and fuel to sustain you as you move forward to building a resilient brand? So I want to believe there is a place of clarity and there's a place of conviction. You need to be sure about what you're getting into. Are you convinced about this industry? Is this what you're designed to do? Do you have enough passion and fuel to sustain you as you move forward to building a resilient brand?
Okay, I think you had a challenge with your internet, CJ.
Absolutely. All right. So we're talking about conviction and clarity. These two are critical, towards building a resilient and a global brand. Now, the next thing I want us to look into, what's the place of brand strategy? Because I believe every brand needs a strategy, right? You don't maneuver challenges just because you're determined or you because you've decided to pull through. No, there has to be some sort of strategies that you put in place, to navigate the processes of your business and building a resilient brand. So what do you think are some of those strategies that should be put in place? Some people don't even consider that there's going to be a time where, just like last year and down this year, we began to see the issue of COVID and all of that. Nobody anticipated all of that. But I believe as business owners and as brand builders, we are meant to at least, have a place for all of these challenges, even as we're building. What is the place of strategy to building a resilient brand, Emma?
First, you need to ask yourself what is strategy.
Absolutely.
What is strategy basically? What we say, what is brand strategy? Basically, these are decisions, actions that you need to take to ensure you move from the level you are to the level you want to be. All right. A strategy was actually for here the military guys, they normally they need a strategy to defeat the enemy. The goal is to have victory. But if you don't put steps in place to ensure that they get
Yeah.
victory, they will not get there. So in the midst of a resilient brand, of building a resilient brand, what do you need to do personally to withstand challenges and still ensure that I want to be known as a this, I want to be known as a that. Okay. First of
Yeah.
all, what you need to understand, what you need to know is first of all understand what you're dealing with. All right. You cannot strategize if you don't understand what you're dealing with. Understand your fears, understand your pain, understand why you're even going through what you're going through. Because if you don't know your why, I mean, you can't even begin. Anyways, CJ, what is
Yeah.
your why? Why are you do like you said? Do we want to be a CJ because you think branding is the order of the day, or you were born to do this? How do you know you were born to do this? For like CJ said, he's seen me go through everything I go through, but yet I'm undaunted. I am still pushing. I am not giving excuses. I am because I understand what I'm going through. I understand that the pain I'm going through is the price I need to pay. So it's very, very important. Once I understand that, then I now say, listen, Emma, the easiest way for me to commit myself to being a resilient brand is to commit to lifelong learning. CJ, The most important strategy in developing a resilient brand is to learn, and keep learning. Because listen, COVID-19 came to shock everybody else here. But if you also take a closer look, a lot of people were prepared for this. There are people who prepared for COVID-19. People have started speaking about virtual mode of doing business, technology for CJ.
Yeah.
People have been speaking about it for a very long time. China was prepared for this. China had prepared. That's what we call the futuristic learning. And I have known certain people who have been writing concepts, articles, thoughts on what futuristic learning, futuristic businesses. China was already planning for jobs in the future. They were not waiting for you. So today, Jack Ma has a hotel with only 3 people as a staff. Everybody else is a machine. CJ. So
Yeah.
you need to learn, and learn. Secondly, associate yourself with people who are also learners. Choose your networking strategy, your networking associations properly. Who are the people within your circle? Who do you
Absolutely.
hang out with? Who do you, when you're on WhatsApp all the time, who are you chatting with? Who is taking your time? When you wake up in the morning and you have to be on your phone, who is impacting on you? It is very key, very, very important. Strategy is not just about, hey, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to do this. I want to, no, 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 no. It's about building the foundation. What is the foundation you're building on so that when you build the house, it won't fall when there's trouble? Because that's how they know that you're resilient. I mean, no matter
Yeah.
what the problems you go through, CJ will keep bouncing up. You keep bouncing up. Another thing is ensure that you are always creative and innovative. If you do not go with creativity and innovation, you will not be relevant, CJ. Nobody wants to hear or listen to you. Nobody want to look out for what's next. Like CJ, what's next? Every time CJ needs to put us on our toes. Hey, since CJ and Brand Summit. Okay, what is next after Brand Summit? Because we know CJ always excites us all the time. He's innovative, he's creative. Last time I had a Brand Summit, we didn't have this. Today you have a logo, you had a video, a promotion, and we are excited about it. I'm looking forward to next year. Are people looking forward to next year? TJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Another
They are
strategy, you need to be what? You need to be resourceful. You need to be
resourceful.
resourceful. So there's scarcity of things. Nothing is happening. The government have changed the laws. So now things are much more difficult. Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
look at what is happening in my second country. But CJ, you think CJ is in UK. You won't believe this guy is in Nigeria. But he's still, in spite of the tide, he's still, moving. Hashtag we move. Okay. So you need to be resourceful. Things are not working on well. What do I have? What lemons do I have that I can use to turn into lemonades? Resourcefulness. Then agility. Be flexible. You need to be
Agility.
flexible.
All
Things
right.
will not be the same. You need to adapt to change, my dear. You need to adapt to change. If you don't change, change will change you. Change will change you. And let's not forget self-confidence. No matter what you go through, never let anybody make you doubt yourself. No
Absolutely.
matter, even if the vision does not respond to you, don't doubt yourself. Keep going. If you're convinced that you are born to do something, how do you know you're born to do something? Even when things are stressful, your passion is still alive. The fire for that thing is burning on the inside of you. It's like joy. Is it Steve Jobs or Microsoft Bill Gates that says, don't do a job you don't love. Everything I do for me is a vocation, CJ. Everything I do for me is like it's like pleasure. It's like fun for me. So I enjoy doing it. I love speaking. Speaking is my hobby. It's my hobby. I do it for money. I do it for a vacation. Okay. I love to
Yeah.
develop people. I do that for money. I love it. It's my life. It's my life, my dear. So these are the few strategies in helping you to develop a resilient brand.
All right. That's awesome. We talked about strategy, and I just want to chip in something. For those of them who are trying to develop strategies, first of all, you need to understand that the first step to developing a strategy is to find out the problem. If you do not discover your problem, your business problem, whatever it is that you're going through, you need to find the root cause of it. The base point for all strategies is first discover the problem. Once you discover the problem, then the solution is going to be solid. Poor problem discovery is going to result to poor solution. All right, so you need to discover what the problem is. The problem is critical. The next thing you need to understand that it impacts your strategy is your consumers or your customers. Your customers determine what kind of strategies and what kind of things you're pulling together to reach them. Discover your problem, discover who your customers are, discover their dreams. I always say that the thing now is not so much about what people want. All right, you need to discover what do people dream about. Dream is the new product, not just want. All right, create your solutions based on what people are dreaming about, what they want to have, their fantasies, their their cravings. Look out for those things. So discover your problems, discover your consumer dreams and needs. They're very critical. Then you need to look at your competitive environment. What are they? You know, who is in the market with you? What are they doing? You need to know who is there and what they're doing, so you be able to know how to pave your own way. And the next thing you need to know is that you need to base your strategies on emotions. All right. I always say this, people are always emotional with their money. Nobody just wants to spend their money. They are emotional with their money. So you need to get them to spend it emotionally. And how do you get people to spend their monies emotionally? You need to find out their dreams. Their dreams are critical. So once you're trying to develop a strategy to bounce back to your to the things that you've been doing, probably you've been disrupted or you've been facing challenges and all of that, you want to build a global brand, discover the problem that you want to solve. It's quite critical. All right. Then you need to look at your consumer dreams and their needs. And the next you need to look at is your competitive environment. Who is there with you? Who is doing the same business with you? What are they doing? Can you study the market and find out what to chip in? And lastly, you need to build your solutions based on emotions. People buy people. All right. If people love you so much, they're going to buy into you. Emotions are critical. All right, we've had Emmeline today, and it's been quite an awesome time. She's shared to us, all the great stuff. She's gone through a lot, I'll tell you, but she keeps bouncing back quickly enough, to impart the word, to transform people. There's never a time Emily is not talking, she's not speaking. That's to show resilience. All right. Even in the midst of her challenges, she's always accepting speaking invitations, trying to impart the word and all of that. That's critical to building resilience. If you're going to build resilience in your brand, you need to learn how to surmount your challenges through strategy. And the base point, the starting point for all strategies is to discover the problem that you're about to solve. All right, that's quite critical. Thank you so much, Emmeline, for coming alive today. Trust me, we're gonna always be having this, from time to time. But before you go, I
Of
believe
course, sure.
there's yeah, I believe also before you go, there's something you want to share with people. Probably your last advice to people out there who are listening to you. You want to say something to them?
Yes. So I want to advise us to never take for granted the little challenges we face. For me, to be honest, for every step of my life, for every challenge I have faced, it gives me the grace to take on the next. Because at the end of the day, that's what makes you you. Okay.
Yeah.
Troubles won't stop coming in. Unfortunately, we can't control everything or stop everything from happening in our lives. But it is your attitude towards it that guarantees success. So let your attitude be the attitude of a winner, and you always get there.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Emily, for showing up today. Our viewers, by 5 p.m. today, we're going to be having Levon Lewis and Sherrod come live today to talk about make them buy. All right, there are things that determines who's going to buy from you or not. All right, they're going to be sharing awesome tips today on how to make them buy. Once you build resilience, once you've come out of your challenges, how do you get people to get and leverage what you have to offer? This afternoon, oh sorry, this evening, we're going to be having Sherrod and Levon talk to us about make them buy. All right. So till then, keep building resilience. Thank you so much, Emmeline. Bye.
Bye.